ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्रागवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरहः पेटीयमानम् मुदा भूयाद् पंकजम् कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकम् करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुम् लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ
श्री
श्री परमात्मने
परमात्मने
नमः।
नमः।
अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः
अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
न प्रहृष्येत् प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत् प्राप्य चाप्रियम्
न
न
प्रहृष्येत्
प्रश्येत्
प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत्
द्विजेत्
प्राप्य
प्राप्य
चाप्रियम्।
चाप्रियम्।
स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः
स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो
स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो
ब्रह्मविद्
ब्रह्मविद्
ब्रह्मणि
ब्रह्मणि
स्थितः।
स्थितः।
प्रियं प्राप्य न हर्षति अप्रियं प्राप्य दुःखितम् अपि न भवति। यः न भवति तस्य बुद्धिः स्थिरा भवति, असम्मूढः सः भवति, सः ब्रह्मवित् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः, सः ब्रह्मनिष्ठः। अथवा यः साधकः ब्रह्मज्ञानं प्राप्तुम् इच्छति तस्य उपदेशरूपेण अपि भगवान् उपदिशति इत्यपि स्वीकर्तुं शक्यते। अस्य श्लोकस्य अर्थः we have seen both ways we can take because of the usage of ling lakara pragrishit no dvijit, and we have seen the bhashyam also, simple bhashyam mainly resolving the compounds. Now let us read the Gita Priyabodhini, beautiful commentary. Videha mukti kamaya, sambandha bhashya. Videha mukti kamasya ब्रह्मविदः सर्वं संन्यस्य सर्वदा ब्रह्मणि एव ब्रह्मात्मना तिष्ठतः यतेः. All in षष्ठी भक्ति. यतेः for a sannyasi. Videha mukti kamasya, the one who is desirous of videha mukti after the fall of the shariram. Who is that? Brahmavidaha, tasya brahmavidaha sarvam sannyasya. giving up everything. Sarvada Brahmani, always Brahmani, Brahmatmana, Aham Brahma, Brahma Asmi iti, Tishtataha, the one who abides. Who is that? Iti hi sannyasi, sannyasinaha, tasya, Sarvavasana Samkshayaha. All the vasanas are Kshinam Bhavati. All the vasanas Kshina Bhavati. All the vasanas are destroyed. Purva Vasana. The vasanas, because of Purva Karma, so these vasanas bind a person. Therefore, these vasanas are destroyed. Dvaita Vasana. All Dvaita Vasana. Dvaita Vasana Samsara Karanam. Jnanena Tasyaha Kshayaha Bhavati. Sarva Vasana Samkshayaha. Bhaguri Samasa, qualifying the person. Sarva Vasana Samkshayaha Yasyasaha. That person. Sarva Kama Pramokaha. Mokaha is Muchdat only. Mokaha. All the kamas, all the desires from which the person has been released. And Sarva Karma Pravilayaha. All the karma, it includes Prarabdha also. So Agami, Prarabdha, Sanchita, all the karma, Pravilayaha, it has attained the laya, it has been resolved by Jnanam. Jnane Praviliyate. So Saha. Chaiti, Etat Tratayasya, these three. Bhavi Janma Hetoho, future Janma, Punarjanma, next Janma, Bhavi Janme Hetoho, the cause for the future Janma, Bhavi Janma. Bhavi means that which is going to happen in future, Bhavishya. Anishtasya Nivrittihi. What is the cause for future Janma? The cause is Vasana and Kama and Karma. Therefore, all these things are since not there. Therefore, that is Anishta. Therefore, Anishtasya Nivrittihi. There is Nivritti. There is freedom from all this for that person. Tata Jivat Dashayam, by living also. Drishta Dukkanupalabdihi Sadanandanubhutihi Videga Kaivalya Praptihi Cha. Drishta Dukka Anupalabdi. There is no Anupalabdi, gaining or attainment of this Dukka. No Dukkam, because he is Muktaha. So is why Jiva Dashayam while living. There is no experience of pain because after Jnanam, free from samsara, therefore dukkha anupalabdhihi. Where there is no sukha, there is no dukkha. These are only for the upadhi, not for atma. Therefore dukkha anupalabdhihi. And sadananda anubhutihi jnanena, always aham atma iti satyam jnana anantam brahma anantaha. Therefore always ananda anubhutihi, the nityananda anubhutihi. This is anubhutihi. Experience. In every experience I am, that is Ananda Anubhutihi, Aham Purnaha iti, Anubhutihi, and Videka Kaivalya Praptihi. And Kaivalya Praptihi also. Iti etat tratayaha ishtasya, these three are desired. Ishtasya Praptihi, evam Purushartaha Siddhyat. This way Purushartha is gained, Siddhyati for that person, Yatege, Brahmavidaha. Tasmat Mumukshoho, therefore, for a Mumukshu, Shavanadina, Vaishnavanam Mananam Nididhyasanam Samyak Viditatma Tattvasya. Atma Tattvam is Samyak Viditam when it is clearly known, clear vision of Atma Tattvam. Tattvasya, one who has Samyak Viditatma Tattvasya, referring to the person. Samyak Viditam Atma Tattvam Yena Saha. That person. Yatehe. Who is that Yatehe? Always Yatehe, sannyasi. Or Yatete is one who Yatete iti Yatihi. So Brahmanishta Avashyam Kartavya iti. For that person should necessarily do Brahmanishta, should abide in Brahma, Kartavya iti. Why Kartavya? Because Shloka uses Ling Lakara. Therefore, Akartavya iti Suchayitum to indicate Brahma Yogam Kurvataha. Brahma Yogam Kurvataha means Jnana Yogam. Brahma Yogam, yoga with Brahma, oneness with Brahma. Kurvataha Kartavyam Aha, for the one who does Kartavyam, what should be done? That is Aha in this Shloka. Na Pragarishit Priyam Prapya. Nodvijayet Prapya Cha Priyam. Sharabuddhirasam Mudho Brahmavit Brahmanistitaha iti. Na Pragarishit iti. Brahmani Sarvatra Brahma Matra Darshane Samado Stitaha Pravrittaha Brahmavit Yatihi. Swayam Bhikshatanado Yadharchaya Prarabdhavashat Praptam Priyam Ishtam Vastu. वचनं वा कर्म वा पूजादि लक्षणं प्राप्य श्रुत्वा दृष्ट्वा स्पृष्ट्वा वा रम्यत्व बुद्धिया इष्टता बुद्धिया वा न प्रगृह्येत प्रगर्षं न कुर्यात्. So what should not be done is pragarsham na kuryat, na pragarshit. The one who always abide in this Brahma, Brahmanishta, Brahmani, Brahma Matra Darshane, Samyak Samadhu, Samyak Samaditaha, Samaditam Antakaranam. The one whose mind is always in Brahma Matra Darshanam, seeing only Brahma everywhere, Sarvatra Brahma. So Brahmanishta, Sitaha, Yaha Pravritaha, one who is into this Sahataha Brahmavita, Yatihi. How does he survive? Survive by Bhikshatanadu. And whatever Edirchaya, Prarabdha, by chance, whatever he gets, Prarabdha Vasha, Praptam, Priyam, whatever Ishtam Vastu, Prapya, Vachanam, Va Karma Va, words or action, or Pujadi Lakshanam Prapya, Shrutva by hearing, seeing, or Sprashtva by touching, or Ramyatva Buddhya, the status of being pleasant, that Buddhi, the Buddhi towards this object is pleasant, or Ishtata Buddhya, this is desired. Va na pragrishit. May one not be elated, may one not get elated by this. Iti Upadesha, na kuryat. Because the person is committed to Nishta, Brahma Nishta. Therefore, Pragarsham na kuryat. Pragarshaha anatma dharmaha. Tasmin krite swasya anatma tadatme satya sadaropanam syat. Vastunah nama rupa guna vishesha vimarshanam vina samichinatva buddhihi ishtata buddhischa na jayate. The long sentence. Pragarshaha, that ananda, this happiness derived from the vastu, the objects, the Vishayananda, which is Anatma Dharma. It is not Atma Dharma, it is Anatma Dharma. Therefore, Tasmin Anatma Dharme, Anatmani, Krite, Swasya Anatma Dadatme, Abhimanam with Anatma. And Satya Satta Aropanam. On that, there is Aropanam of this Satya Vastu, Atma, Syat. So, Anatmani Atma Aropanam. Atasmin Tad Buddhihi. So, when a person is related by gaining the Ishta Vastu, the desired Vastu, what happens there is Tadatmim of Anatma. So, Satya Sat Aropanam. Satya Vastu is Aropitam on Anatma. Therefore, there is a mixture of Atma and Anatma. Therefore, what happens? The person enjoys having gained that Ishta Vastu. Therefore, Vastunaha, Nama Rupa Guna Vishesha Vimarshanam Vina. Without Vimarshanam, Vimarshanam is analysis, inquiry. Without inquiring into Nama, name, form, Guna, and Vishesha, Samichinat buddhihi. This is samichinam, the status of being good, being desired. Samichinat buddhihi, that buddhi, that attitude, that buddhi, and ishtata buddhischa, the status of being desired. Na jayate is not born. So it means the person sees something that this object gives me happiness, I desire. Samichanat buddhihi jayate. So therefore, because there is why Samichanat buddhi or ishtata buddhihi in the anatma vastu, because there is aropanam of satyasadaropanam on this anatma. There is tadatmya with anatma. When this tadatmya with anatma, the person doesn't like everything. He has got preferences, he likes certain things. Therefore, he inquires, there is some analysis. Therefore, there are desired objects or people or situations, undesired objects, people or situation. So the person desires means that also involves some analysis. So he does analysis and therefore he likes. Therefore therefore jayate. Ishtata buddhi na jayate without vimarshanam of the vastu. Ishtata buddhi or samichinat buddhi na jayate. And samichinatva buddhi vina prakarshaha na utpadyate. Without this, the buddhi, the attitude, the buddhi, the buddhi, samichinatva buddhi, samichinatvam. That is samichinatva or ishtata, the buddhi. Samichinam is that something which when you like it, that is very good for you, you feel. That buddhi. You desire what you desire. That's samichinat buddhi. Without that, ananda, prakarshaha na utpadyate, ananda is not born. You desire something, you cease. Therefore, when you get that, you gain ananda. And asya utpattischa, the utpatti of asya ananda. Drashtari, bhoktari, atma, bhoktari, atmatva abhinivesham vina na sambhavati. In what is seen, in the drashtari, in the seer, in the bhoktari, in the enjoyer, atmatva abhinivesham. Abhinivesham is attachment. Atmatva abhinivesham. That you have attachment for that belongs to me. That vina na sambhavati. Asya utpattihi na sambhavati. Happiness is not possible in the person, in the seer, or in the enjoyer without there is abhinivesha. Na sambhavati. Evam anartha hetu bhavati. In this way, it takes a person, it becomes a cause for anartha. Anartha is that which is problem. The person, what is the problem? The person becomes bound, carried away by this anatma vastu. Because anatmani, there is atma aropanam. So that leads to ishtata buddhihi, samichinata buddhihi, because of which there is pragarshaha, and because of pragarsha there is atma abhinivesham. Therefore, atma abhinivesham, attachment with that, as that myself or I want, that leads to problem. Anartha hetuhu, samsara hetuhu, anartha hetuhu bhavati. Padartha vimarshanam, analysis of the padartha, that vastus. What is that Acharya himself says? Tatra ramyata buddhihi, ishtata buddhischa. This padartha I like, this object I like, that object I like. Not that all objects you like. There also you do some analysis. There are preferences. What is that? Padartha vimarshanam, ramyata buddhihi. Ramyata buddhihi from the ramdhatu, ram, that which is pleasant, the status of being good, pleasant. Ramyata buddhihi. In other words, prayaha, prayas. Ishtata buddhihi. Ishta, that which is desired, like the status of being desired by me, that buddhi. Tataha Pratyak Drishtim Parityajya. Pratyak Drishtim is Atma Drishtim Parityajya. Therefore, Atma Drishtim Parityajya Padartha Vimarshanam Ramyata Buddhim Ishtatta Buddhim Cha Pragarsham Brahma Vitana Kurya. Therefore, having given up the Atma Drishti, Padartha Vimarshanam, analyzing the Padartha, the objects, and on the or that, that is Ramyata Buddhi and Ishtatta Buddhi Cha Pragarsham, the Ananda, the Pragarsham, the elation, Brahmavitan may not do, na kuryat, kintu, but sarvatra pratyak drishtya eva tishtet ityartaha, always with the Atma Buddhya, everywhere let him be, remain in Atma Buddhi. Kincha, moreover, apriyam, so far priyam is no apriyam, apriyam, anishta, anishtam, apriyam is anishtam, that which is not desired, apriyam. Adhyatmika, Adhyatmikam, Adibhautikam, Adidevikam. Anishtam could be any Sargaloka Anishtam. Adhyatmika of this world, Adibhautika, Adidevikam, Anishtam. And Jwaradi Sarpa Choradi Varshavata, the Anartha Karanam Prapya, all these are Anishta, fever, Sarpa causes fear, Chora, thief, Varsha, Vata, rain, wind, etc. All these are Anartha Karanam Prapya. Not desired. Therefore, it leads to some anartha, some problem. Therefore, anartha karanam prapya, dukkha karanam prapya, na udvijet, may the person may not get depressed, dejected, udvegaha, udvegaha, chalanam, adairyam, bayam, cha, tat na avahet. May the person not lose his courage, may not get fear. Therefore, na udvijet, tan na avahet. Let him not have this. Na avahe. He did not carry this. He did not have this bhaya, etc. Apriyam prapya. Ha hataha asmi. Oh, I am killed. Hataha asmi. Iti aupadikam anartham swam na prapayet. Upadi. Upadi is anartha. Anatma. Anartham swam na prapayet. May the person not in this anartham, this upadikam anartham related, with anartham related to upadi, na prapayet. It means a person may not have the anatma buddhi, may he have atma buddhi. Atma buddhim prapayet, anatma buddhim tyajet. Tadanarthasya, tat anarthasya, swayam vishyaha na bhavet iti yavat. May he not become the vishaya for anartha. Na bhavet iti yavat. Kintu bhavitavyam bhavati eva iti. What is to happen, it will happen. Sukam will come, dukkam will come. About drida buddhi, buddhya, upadim, with a firm, clear drida buddhi. Buddhi should be drida, should be stable, should be firm. Drida buddhya, upadim, prarabhya samarpya, prarabdhaya. May the person offer the upadi unto the prarabdha. Prarabdha will take care. You cannot do anything. What is to happen will happen. As Ramana Maharshi says, whatever is destined not to happen, it will not happen. Try as you may. Whatever is destined to happen will happen. Do what you may to prevent it. Therefore, what a person must do, just to remain silent. The beautiful quote of Ramana Maharshi. Therefore, Bhavitam. So therefore here he says, Ite Bhavitavyam, Bhavitavyam Bhavati eva. Therefore, offer the upadi unto the prarabdha, samarpya. Swayam tad vishayi bhuta nirvisheshe brahmani brahmakarena eva tishtet avishayi. May the person brahmakarena is brahmakarena, that brahma ahamasmi iti brahma nishta, this akandakara vritti, that nishta, the person may remain always. And Brahma is not a Vishaya, Abhishayi Bhuta, it is not the Vishaya of any Indriyas, it is not Vishaya which can bring in Harsha or Vishada. Therefore, it is Nirvishesham, free from any Vishesha attributes. That which has attributes only bring Sukha and Dukkha. It is attributeless. It is the cause of everything, even that which brings Sukha and Dukkha. When I am the cause, therefore I remain unaffected by the Sukha and Dukkha which the objects bring, because I am the cause of even that. So therefore, Brahmakarena, Brahmakara, Brahmarupena, the state always remain, the person remain in that nishtha. Swadrishtaya stitavataha muktihi na vihanyate. For the person who remains in this nishtha, Swadrishtaya, Atmadrishtaya, for him mukti is not denied, na vihanyate, double negative. Bhagya drishtya chitasya tu upadi vinashaha mukti vinashascha. Atma drishti, Swadrishti and Bhagya drishti, Atma drishti and Bhagya drishti. One was Bhagya drishti. Paranchikani Vitrana Swayambhu Parang Pashyati Antaratman, as said in the Kathopanishad. One who has got Bhagya drishti. Titasya, for him, Upadi Nasha also happened. And Mukti Vinasha, Mukti also will not happen. The two Nashas, two destruction for him. One is Upadi Vinasha, that is certain. And Mukti Vinasha also, there is no scope for Mukti for that person. In this Janma, better try next time. Tataha, therefore, Pratyak Drishtim Parityajya, therefore, giving up the Atma Drishti. Pratyak Drishti is Pratyek Atma Drishti, Atma Drishti. Bhagya Grahanam, holding on to Bhagya Vastu, Bhagya Drishti, Bhagya Grahanam, Tatra Anishtata Buddhim, that Anishtata, the status of being not desired, that Buddhi for that. Swasya Tadanartha Vishayatvam Udvegam Cha Vidvana Kuryat. May the Vidwan, the knowledgeable person, the Jnani, wise man, may not do. Wise man will not do, but still Upadesha is given. Therefore, I said can be taken as Upadesha for Sadhaka also. May the Vidwan na kuryat what? Anartha Vishayatvam Udvegam. Even having entertained Anishtata Buddhi. Therefore, then, because of Anishtata Buddhi is there for certain objects and things, then what will happen? Then Anartha Vishayatvam will cause Udvega, will cause disappointment, will cause rejection. Therefore, the person may get depressed having gained Anishtata Buddhi, that a wise man na kuryat should not do. So, tada Anartha Vishayatvam Udvegam. Anartha Vishayatvam Udvegam na Vidwan na kuryat. May the person Vidwan not do Udvegam, may not get Swasya Tadartha Anartha Vishayatvam of himself. Tat Anartha Vishayatvam. The status of being the Vishaya Vishayatvam. And Vishaya is Anartha. It is Samsara. So let the person not put himself into Samsara and be depressed. Na kuryat. Vidwan na kuryat. Ishta Ishtayoho Prapto. When Ishta and Anishta. When Prapto, when it is gained. Pragasya Udvego Akrutva. Means Harsha and Vishada. Happiness or Vishada, the sorrow. Akrutva, not having, not doing. Not doing means not having. Katam Statavim, how a person should remain. Ityataha, that is said. Sammudaha iti. Sammudaha is Viparita Gragi. Its definition. Sammudaha is that which is Viparita. That which is opposite and which is dangerous also. Holding on to that. Samsara is dangerous. Not knowing it is dangerous. Why dangerous? Because Upadi Vinashaha. That will create tremendous pain and problem. This giving up the Shariram, Maranam, Maranakalam, etc. And all the other things it brings in. Punarjanma, etc. They're all Viparita Gragi. Tad Vilakshanaha, different from that is Samadarshye. Samadarshye vasam asammudaha. Samad Samadarsh Darshyev. Darshyev asammudaha. Samadarshanam. Samadarshye eva asammudaha. Darshye. That is, I think that is Darshye derived from the dot. That is causative form of Drish Dhatu, Darshyam. Drishyam is the Drish plus Yat. Or Darshya. Drish plus Yat. Drish plus Yat is Darshya. Yes. It is Kritya Pratyaya. Samadarshye. Drish plus Yat. Kritya Pratyaya. Then Dar will Darshya. So in Samadarshye, in that which is seen, that is Darshye, in that there is Samatva Buddhi. Therefore, Samadarshye eva asamudaha. Okay. I'm just thinking what pratyaya is Samadarshye. We have to check again. It is yet or something else. Okay, whatever it is. Samadarshye, in Samadarshane, we can take Samadarshane. Asammudaha, the person is not Mudaha, is Asammudaha. It is not Viparita Gragi. Brahmani eva Atma Pratyaha is Pratyaya is thought vritti. Brahmani eva Atma Pratyaha means Brahma, that Brahma Aham Asmiti. Akanda Karavrittihi. The subject of object division is not there. So Brahmani eva Atma Pratyaha. Atma, that I is the thought, I thought is it's the Brahma. Means the Aham Brahma Asmi. That is Brahmani eva Atma Pratyaha. Different words, it all means same. Pratibodha Viditam Matam. Bodham Prati. Brahmani eva Atma Pratyaha. Pratyaya means thought. And thought of Atma. It means recognition of Atma in Brahma. That is Brahmani eva Atma Pratyaha. Tatra Stira Buddhi. Buddhi is Stiram. It is firm, stable, unshakable. That is why Nishtha it is. Siddhadhihi, as the one used in the Siddha Prajna Lakshanam. So, Stira Buddhihi, Stira Swasya Brahma Akaratam Atyajanti Nischala Buddhihi Yasya Saha Stira Buddhihi. So, Stira is steady. Swasya of one's own, Brahma Akaratam, that is, Akara is form. Here, what is form? Form is Swarupa. Brahma Swarupatam. The status of being Brahma. Atyajanti, it is Atyajanti, you have to note. Not giving up. Atyajanti, Srilinga. Tyajanti, yesterday also in Sanskrit class we saw. Ichanti, Tyajanti. Why Srilinga here? Because it qualifies Buddhi. Shatranta it is. And Nanjak Shatranta, Atyajanti, not giving up. Brahmakaratam. It means Brahmakaratam, Brahmakarata Buddhi. That is steady, Nischala Buddhihi. Yes, one who has. That person is Stira Buddhihi. Son, Brahmani eva Sitaha Bhavati. It means Brahmanishtaha Bhavati. Remains in Brahma. Swasya Sarvasya. Swasya of himself and of everyone. Brahma Matra Darshana eva Tishte. Let him remain in this vision of that Brahma Matra. Brahma Matra is Mayura Vimsakadi. Brahma eva Brahma Matra Darshane, in the vision of Brahma being Brahma alone is there. In that state, may the person remain. That is Brahmanishtaha Bhavet Ityartaha. Now the next shloka. Let us read. Kincha brahmani stitaha.
किञ्च
किञ्च
ब्रह्मणि
ब्रह्मणि
स्थितः
स्थितः
Shloka number 21. बाह्यस्पर्शे स्वसक्तात्मा विन्दत्यात्मनि यत् सुखम्
बाह्यस्पर्शे
बाह्यस्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा
स्वसक्तात्मा विन्दत्यात्मनि
विन्दत्यात्मनि यत् सुखम्
यत्सुखम्
स ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा सुखमक्षयमश्नुते
स
अयोगयुक्तात्मा
ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा
सुखमक्षयमश्नुते
सुखमक्षयमश्नुते.
So here, अस्मिन् श्लोके भगवान् आत्मज्ञानिनः चितप्रज्ञस्य अथवा you can say स्वरूपं सुखस्वरूपं वर्णयति. In general, in the loka, we see people, human beings, they attain sukham. Here, the difference between the sukham obtained by a jnani and an ajnani is is pointed out. If not directly, we can see. Akshayam sukham ashnute brahma yoga yuktatma. Kaha jnani. But loke ajnaninah api sukham prapnuvanti. Jnani sukham prapnuvanti, tat sukham brahma sukham atma sukham. Ajnani api sukham prapnuvanti. Ajnaniyah api sukham prapnuvanti loke. Bhagya vishayebhyah. The difference between jnani and ajnani is Atma sukham prapnuvanti tat sukham atmani eva vindati. That sukham which is obtained in the Atma. Ajnaninaha sukham prapnuvanti tasmebhyah bhagya vishayebhyah from food or wealth or vastra or name, fame, etc. They derive happiness from that. So therefore, they derive, ajnanis derive happiness from the bhagya vishaya. That happiness is located in the objects. Located in the objects. That sukham is vishaya sukham. The ananda which is derived from the vishayas, they are vishayananda. And we know the vishayas, they bind a person. They got trivida doshas. Bandhakatvam, atraptikaratvam, dukkha mishutatvam. It may look very pleasant. It may look that it is the source of happiness, but it is not. It is, in fact, it is, we have the buddhi that time, when we look at the Vishaya, that Ramyatva buddhi, as we saw in the commentary before. Ramyatva buddhi. The Ramyatva buddhi is Kalpana buddhi. But really it gives only Dukkham. Therefore, what Sukham, Kshaya Sukham it gives. The Sukha which is subject to distraction, that is Vishaya Sukha. Whereas Jnani, Sukham prapnoti apnoti, Idrisham Sukham Akshaya Sukham Ashnute. Paramatmani Paramatmani yada linaha bhavati tena sukham. They become, they recognize oneness with the Ishvara. And because of which they get the sukha, that atmanubhuti, that sukha what that they enjoy, they have, that is not borrowed from any vastu, it is of the atma, it is of oneself. Tasya nashaha bhavati va na bhavati. It is Brahmananda. As we saw in the previous shloka, Pragarshaha Na pragarshit. Pragarshaha is ananda. That is laukika ananda. Ananda derived from anatma. Laukika anandaha anatma dharmaha asti. Nashavan bhavati. Tad viparitam sukam anandaha is akshayam sukam. It is atmanaha vastavikam swarupam. That is why sat chit ananda swarupam we say. Satyajnanam anantam anandaha iti. So therefore, yada bhagya prapanchat asaktim त्यजति तदा एव आत्मनि स्थितं शाश्वतं सुखं भोक्तुं शक्नोति. So Ananda derived from the Vishayas, the Vishayananda. Our life begins with Vishayananda. And therefore, there is Pragarsha, there is Vishada, Harsha Vishada, etc. Not etc. There is Dvandva. Therefore, Harsha, Sukham, Vishada, Dukkham, they're bound to come. In contrast to that, there is Sukham. There is only Sukham. There is no Vishada. There is no Dukkha. That is Akshaya Sukham. That is not derived from, gained from any external Vishayas, objects. It is of oneself. That is Atma from oneself, and knowing that it's moksha. Therefore, it is moksha Sukham. Both are happiness. We don't use the word happiness for both. Vishayananda is happiness. And Akshayam Sukham it is Atma Sukham. That's why we use the word in English bliss. Ananda. It is of oneself, not derived. So Pragarsha is Anatma Dharma, which is gained by the person within the Antakaranam. Has got certain likes and preferences, likes and dislikes. So likes, when he gets the Ishtavastu, a certain joy, Ananda is generated, and that is temporary and it is conditional. Therefore it goes away. Whereas Akshaya Sukham is Swarupa Lakshanam. It is not something which is created by the mind. It is of the Atma, that Sukham, Satya, Chitta, Anandaha, when we say it doesn't come to Atma, that Atma is that. Therefore, it is the very nature of the Atma. Therefore, the person who knows Atma, he obtains his Akshaya Sukham. And this, whereas the Vishayananda requires three things. One is, of course, Vishaya must be the external Vishayas, objects. And of course, the sense organs has to be the Chotra, Tvaka, Chakshu, Rasana, Grana, iti, Jnanendriyani, and Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, iti, Pancha. The Vishayaha must be the sense organs and sense objects of sense organs. And there is contact between them. And there is false abhimana. When the eye sees a beautiful thing, so there is an abhimana there is a false abhimana, that gaining which I become happy. So therefore, that Ananda also, it is really that Ananda, after getting that Vishaya, it also belongs to Atma, but not knowing that. The ones that ego is that mistakenly identifies this joy to the object, thinking that object makes me happy. Jiva, out of this abhimana with anatma, mistake that object makes me happy. Therefore, I don't want to drop the object. Therefore, there is a mixture of this Atmananda and the Buddhista, that condition. So therefore, these two are mixed up, confused. Whereas in Akshaya Sukham, the Ananda, which is of the Atma, therefore the mind doesn't react to any Bhagya Vishaya, Bhagya objects. There is the mind the mind is not, unlike in the case of the contact of the Vishayas with the sense organs with the Vishayas. Here there is no contact with anything. It is contact with oneself. That is a Brahma Yoga Yuktatma. No object is required. It is just the object. It is just the joy of just being. So Ananda derived from Vishaya, they are dependent Ananda. Ananda which is derived from Atma is, there is no dependency. It is Nirapeksha Ananda. One is Sapekshananda, Vishayananda is Sapekshananda, and the Brahmananda, Atva Atmananda is Nirapekshananda, and is Nityananda. Nityananda is Nityananda, Atmananda. So Priyam Prapya Pragarshati, Apriyam Prapya Udvijati. So that what is required for Vishayananda, one has to continuously gain the pleasant and avoid the unpleasant. Then only the person will be happy. So our conditional. Whereas in Atmananda, no conditions required, irrespective of external conditions. The person is happy. And also in Vishayananda, when there is change happens, there is the object may undergo change, or the person may lose the object. Therefore, there is Parinama Dukkha is there. Whereas in the case of Atmananda, there is no fear. In fact, it's Abhaya. Because it is oneness. Dvaitadhi Bhayam Bhavati. Vishayananda reinforces the Dvaita Buddhi. Atmananda destroys the Dvaita Buddhi. It gives Abhaya Buddhi. Therefore, there is no fear also. And Vishayananda binds you to samsara. Vishayana will be very sweet in the moment. It gives momentary pleasure. The mind develops raga for the Vishayas, which gives happiness. That Ishtata Buddhi, the Samichinata Buddhi. Therefore, the person is trapped in it and wanting to gain that, therefore engages in karma, and therefore karma pala. Therefore, kama is our karma pala, all these to avidya, and he is in this chakra now, merry-go-round. Whereas, if the person really wants this ananda, which is of the atma, then there is a shift happens. The sensory pleasures they are subject to coming and going. They are not permanent. Matra sparsha so kaunteya shitosha sukha dukkadaha. They are agamapayinaha nityaha. So therefore, it is not real. Therefore, here it says, yaha bhagya sparsheshu asaktatma san atmani yat sukham bindati. So yaha saha, we can connect. Saha Brahma Yoga Yuktatma Bhutva Akshayam Sukham Ashnute. Akshayam Sukham Ashnute. Bhagya Sparsheshu. Bhagya Sparsheshu. Bhagya Sparsha is contact. Bhagya Vishayanam Indriyahi Saha Sambandaha. There is external object contact. Contact with the external objects. Bhagya Sparsha. Sparsha means touch. Here it is contact. Bhagya Vishayanam. Indra Shabdadinam Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Gandhanam Indregi Saha Sambandaha Teshu Samandeshu. In external context, contact with the external sense objects, sensory objects. Asaktatma, the person is Asaktaha, Viragi, Vairagyam. Asaktaha, the word it conveys that the person is a Vairagi. So Vairagi is, therefore his mind is not attached to that Vairagya because he has got commitment to only moksha, therefore asakti. Asakti ragitam chittam. Asaktaha atma. Atma is antakaranam. So asaktatma saktihi Na saktatma, asaktatma. So Sakti Atma Chittam Yasya Saha Asakti Ragitam. There is no asakti, there is no attachment. There is no attachment of the mind with the Vishayas. Asakti Ragitaha Bhutva. Vairagi, Vairagya Yuktaha, Yukta Chittaha. The one who has got Vairagyam. Vairagyam Vishayeshu Dosha Darshanam Vairagyam. As we saw in Viveka Chudamani. So Bhagya Sparsheshu Asaktatma, therefore the person who is unattached to the Bhagya Vishaya, Saha, Bindati, he gains what? Atmani. Atmani. Atmani is in oneself. It is in Antakarane. Sukam Bindati. What Sukam? Yatu Sukam. That Sukam, Ananda, that he gains, Sukam Bindati. That what type of Sukam? That is given in the second sentence. Saha, that person, Yat Sukam Bindati, that Sukam is Akshaya Sukam. And that person is Sabrahma Yoga Yuktatma. That person is Brahma Yoga. In the commentary also previous, in the Gita Priyabodhani also we saw Brahma Yogam. Brahmani Samadhina Yuktam Chittam. Atma is Brahma Yoga Yuktatma. Yuktaha Atma. Atma is Chittam. Antakaran Mityartaha here. The one whose mind is one with Brahma. Brahma Yoga. Brahmani Yogaha, that is Samadhi. So Brahmani Yogaha Samadhihi. Samadhina Yuktam Chittam Yasya Saha. The one whose mind is one with Brahma, united with Brahma. That is, this mind is with Brahma is recognize the fact that Aham Brahma Asmi and Sarvatra Brahma Darshanam Tasya. Therefore, that person Sukam, that Sukam is not of this world, it is of the Atma, the Swarupam, Atma Sukam Paramanandam, and that is Akshayam, not subject to Shaya, Shaya Ragitam, Vinasha Ragitam, in Nitya Mityartaha. Because Atma is Nitya, therefore the Sukam also has to be Nitya, Nitya Sukam, Ashnute, Prapnoti, Bhunkte, enjoys. Therefore Atma Sukam. And you can see the words are the beautiful words. Bhagya Sparsheshu, Bhagya Sparsha. Sparshaha, Sparsha means contact, but Sparshaha referring to Indriya Vishayaha. Sparshaha referring to Indriya Vishaya. That is Shabda Sparsha Rupa, Rasa Gandhaha. So Bhagyaha te Sparshaha, Bhagya Sparshaha, it is Karmadharaya Samasa. Therefore, in them, Bhagya Sparsheshu, contact with the external objects. Then the person is na saktaha, asaktaha, atma, antakaranam, buddhihi, yasya saha. The one who is not attached to that saha, sukam vindati, atmani in the antakaranam, is happy, he gains happiness, sukam vindati, atmani experiences ananda, that person. What type of ananda? That is said in the second line, akshayam sukam. And that person is, when the person is, as his vision, Brahma Yoga Yuktatma Yada Bhavati Tada. So Brahmanaha Yogaha, Brahma Yogaha. Yoga means Dhyanam Samadhi here. So Brahma Yogera Yuktaha Purushaha. Brahma Yoga Yuktaha Atma Chittam Yasya Saha. Brahma Yoga Yuktaha Saha Akshayam Sukam. That person gains Sukam which is not subject to going away. Therefore, Bhagya Sukam Kshanikam Bhavati. And this Sukam is Akshayam Bhavati. Indriyaihi yato sukam labhyate tat sukam kshanikam bhavati. Nashyati. Kintu Atma Jnanena yato sukam labhyate tat sukam akshaya sukam. Why? Because that sukam doesn't have its dependency. It is not derived sukam. It is discovery of one's own swarupa. Therefore, Swarupananda, therefore Sukham Akshayam, Sukham Ashnote. The commentary is there, simple commentary only that we'll see. We'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavadah.
धन्यवादः जय
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।